Hello fellow traders, this is Paul Lemmel, Big Kahuna Trading Club. Got another stock here, a really good looking chart. We got earnings coming up on it on August 7th, and this one is pulling back pretty nicely. It's kind of bunched up over here with the notes on the chart, but spread it out a little bit, and I'll break it down in more detail when we get back. But first, before we dive in, make sure to smash that like button and subscribe. It helps us reach more traders like you and keeps you updated on our latest trading tips. Okay, taking a look at the market rating, it has slipped a little bit. The index shook out a little bit hard today on the Dow Jones 30. And you can see right here we're at a A4, basically one notch down, still A minus market. Still overall pretty good, but we need to be careful, especially the first 2 weeks of August has had some pretty nasty shakeouts going into the fall. So be aware of that. And let's go ahead and break down DDOG now. Let's remove that. Let's break down DDOG now and just go into this. As you can see right here on this shakeout, we got we're still holding the 35 MA. That's a pretty juicy bar though, and don't be surprised if it shakes out harsher. It's got support down here in the 43,100 area. So that's a possible target if in fact we get a shakeout on this TD6 cycle. South channel of that is around that 43.5 or so area. So you know, this should be a temporary pullback if in fact it shakes out over the next few days, few weeks. But we will see. Overall, the market's still pretty good, but be cautious. Okay, getting back to DDOG, wider look at it here. The big BMI run up off the IPO 6 BMI vector of 1. When you have that big of a move off of an IPO, it takes a few years to sort out the real fundamentals driving the company. And so it did that. It pulled back the quality PPP zone right here. It actually had the little bit of error in the consolidation from that 50 PPP and spiked up over Cat 3 set. That was over about a year plus on that. Yeah, 1.5 year three-way spike to the TY-2 set, and TY-2 is inside of that trend line right there. This is short of the TY-2. TY-2 is about right there, but it's inside of that trend line, so the TY-2 set is that. So we got a shakeout of that channel to mid-channel violation right around the $100 PPP. Pull back all the way to a little bit above the $75 PPP. So that had a $75 PPP retest with error in the consolidation, so higher than the actual PPP zone. So a nice spike off of that, and that went to about 90%, 0.9 BMI off the lows there. So we had internal TM3 cycle, 5 to 7 month cycle, and we have a $150 PPP up here that it couldn't take out. So it's going to pull back, retest probably into that 125 PPP, probably with error. So what we're looking right now for is the TD6 cycle resolution. It could happen at mid channel, or it could happen at south channel. South channel would be right in that 125 PP, and mid channel will be right near that 35 MA. A couple days here. You got earnings here on August 7th. You know, with this type of setup, it happens more often than you think. You get a big blowout spike coming out of that shakeout out of the channel. So that is definitely a possibility for August 7th earnings. Overall, really good chart, good support on those on and above the psychological price points, and you know, excellent pullback on that mid channel. It nailed the lows off of the TY-2 set, which again is out here, but the pullback inside of that was pretty good confirmation at the $100 PPP. So when we get back, we'll break down some targets based on cycles on it. If you're unfamiliar with any of the trading terms I'm using, you could find our club lingo at bigkahunatradingclub.club/lingo. Okay, looking for some targets based on these cycles, we have a TM6 cycle off of lows. That's a 17 to 23 months from that original breakout in 2023 to the peak in 2024. Set that channel. It's again TM6 off of lows. The north channel of that is around 180 or so. That would be 20-30% gain to hit that. Now if we hit the, from where we're at, if we hit the X channel, be about 91% gain, and if we hit the 2X channel, be 159% gain. So, with this high of a BMI cup and solid consolidation, this definitely could go on for, a couple years easily. This was a 1.5 year breakout down here. So, that's the type of vector of this stock. So this could play out over a long time, a couple years. And the BMI off the left-hand side, if it was to repeat on the right-hand side, that would be $1,200 to $1,400 stock, which, unless it did a bunch of splits in there and really had their act together fundamental-wise, that seems like a pie in the sky, but you never know. So overall, the price action is really good. I expect a pretty good gain out of this cup, out of the channel. 150%, 200% quite possible on it. So again, we got the targets of 180, 260, 360. But if you just take a 200% out of a potential PBC zone, break out of a left cup, let's say it's in the 225 area, high of that, let's just say 225 times 2 is 450 plus 225 is 675. So this thing could definitely reach some upper thresholds on this just based on the overall cycles, momentum, and pattern quality. Looks pretty good. DDOG Datadog Inc. If you're unfamiliar with any of the trading terms I'm using, you could find our club lingo at bigkahnatradingclub.club/lingo.